Crash Tag Team Racing is kind of the black sheep of the Crash Bandicoot series. I personally have a lot of nostalgia for Tag Team Racing, just going around the hub worlds, doing all these tasks, unlocking new cars and tracks, and seeing all the dioramas. The game had really put a big smile on my face as a kid. However, if I play the game today without those rose-tinted glasses, I can see that the game is really dull. It's not terrible, I wouldn't even say it's bad, it's just very underwhelming. The game has a lot of weird oddities that lead to a questionable development cycle. What's funny though is that the game was much different early in development. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the beta of Crash Tag Team Racing. So after the release of Crash Twinsanity, Traveler's Tales wanted to make a new Crash racing game. The game would take place after Twinsanity, and the setting would be in Crash's brain, with a variety of characters racing on tracks based around Crash's dreams or memories. Not much work was done on Crash Clash Racing. In fact, the only publicly available piece of concept art is this drawing of Evil Crash drawn by the Twinsanity concept artist Keith Webb. However, after restructuring the company to focus more on their LEGO-based IPs, Traveler's Tales would go on to shut down their Oxford division, aka the same team that developed Twinsanity and was currently working on Crash Clash Racing. This led to the cancellation of Traveler's Tales' vision for what this Crash racing game would be. However, the project would be given to Radical Entertainment, and keeping Traveler's Tales' clashing mechanic they planned for the game, they decided to restructure and rename the game to Crash Tag Team Racing. The game would be revealed to the public in April of 2005 with 3 screenshots shown off. One screenshot in particular shows Crash running towards a Wumpa Fruit in an unknown level that got cut from the final game. This screenshot drove me nuts as a kid because I kept looking for this area and for the Wumpa Fruit only to find out that they aren't in the game. I believe this screenshot was taken very early in development and possibly the earliest screenshot ever taken for the game. An early trailer for the game would later be revealed. It's unknown where this trailer is sourced from or when it even came out, but what is known is that this is the earliest trailer we see for the game, with a plethora of differences. The HUD is completely different, as to be expected. The character select screen is entirely different from the final game and honestly looks a lot more Mario Kart-esque. Some of the cars and power-ups are different, with some of the cars being unused entirely. We get a very brief look at an early version of Toontown, which you can access in the files of the final game, and the trailer ends with an early logo for the game. We also have an early gameplay video with some interesting differences. In this build, we can see that the crate models from Twinsanity are being used here instead of the Blaine looking ones we got in the final game. Crunch is seen in the tutorial and has an early mission indicator on his head. The coins are different, the lighting doesn't seem to have been properly set up yet, and Pasadena is using her PSP exclusive car. On E3 2005, the first set of builds were given out to the public. The same build would also be featured in a PlayStation Magazine demo. This build would be timed, forcing you to reset the game once the time limit is up. However, thanks to hackers, the build I have here has no time limit, making it much easier to explore around. This build has so many differences from the final. However, a majority of these differences are attributed to how early in development the game was at this point. First obvious difference is that the title screen is using a different logo as well as using the theme from Fossil Fuel Injection. The Insanity Island theme from Twinsanity is being played here instead of the main theme. All of the NPCs don't have proper AI, so they all just stand in place. They also don't have an animation for when you hurt them, which is really weird. Crash's run animation is different. Aku Aku appears on the pause screen as well as the results screen at the end of a race. Each track would have the word START at the start of them. The character select screen has changed from the old trailer, however it still is far from the final. Pasadena is still using her PSP exclusive car, and you can zoom in while gunning in the clashed state, which I really don't understand why they are removed. There's a whole bunch of other differences too, but those are the major ones. Recently, a user by the name of ShadowLuigi37 managed to dump an early Xbox build of the game. The build would be dated June 29th, 2005, 1 whole month after the E3 build and 4 whole months before the final build. This build is filled with differences, from early cutscenes to early GUI elements. If I were to list every single difference this build has compared to the final build, this video would be longer than necessary. It's honestly one of those instances where you have to play it for yourself. However, I will say that this build has some rather interesting voice clips that got cut from the final game, most likely because, well, some of these voice lines borderlines on a teen rating. I'm just gonna play them for you in its entirety, and while that's playing, I'll be showing off a plethora of early screenshots and concept art from the game.
Oh, my prostate! I think I broke my colon. This could get messy.
Yeah, whip it! Whip it good!
Yeah, spank it. And say my name. Get a whiff of my rubber diaper.
Ooh, pleasant vibrations.
Dive! U-boat, dive!
You subversive burnout. That couldn't have been meant for me.
Welcome, welcome!
What is the meaning of this? How dare you? You fleshy sack of bolts! Have you any idea of with whom you are dealing?
But of course, darling. The world-renowned evildoer Dr. Neo Periwinkle Cortex und his Wumper-loving arch-nemesis Crash Bandicoot. I have all your games. Spinnentag, ja? For a moment there, I think all is lost for one clutch. But when I see my favorite video heroes ride into the rescue, my innards tingle with joy.
Well, tingle all you want. I have an appointment with world domination, and I'm running late.
Nein, you are my only hope. I need more racers to recover my power gems. Whoever is first to bring all the power gems wins the ownership of my park. And look, even my beloved black power gem is gone.
Nope. Talk to the hand.
Not so hasty, my dark master. Perhaps this is the answer to our dilemma. This deranged theme park is fertile ground for us to plant a new seed of evil.
Sweet.
Yes, yes. A new sinister base, all the churros we can eat, and rid ourselves of the bandicoots all at the same time. Why, I'm brilliant!
Not so fast, Baldy. I'm Pasadena Opossum, and you're gonna have to beat me first. And from the looks of you, ugly, that ain't gonna be no easy chore. I'm racing for old Von Clutch, and I'm gonna whoop you, that's for sure.
So, if I win, you'll hand over the deed to this amusement enterprise? No questions asked?
Well, perhaps a riddle or two.
Holy cannoli! What is that thing? It's grotesque!
Ah, that's my Trolley Park mascot, Willy Wumper Cheeks.
Excuse me.
Okay, Von Clutch, we're in. Where do we start?
Excellent! You must find the first power gem to open the gates. Yoo-hoo! Little power gem, come and see here.
Haley, hidely ho! To the statue you must go. This way or that. Fall down, you go splat! And everyone thinks you're a schmo.
How's it swing, a little fool?
Howdy, Crash. I'd like to burn my brand into your hide. Hey, Crash, why is the Crunch Dude so buffed out? Suppose he's compensating for something? Corn, sucker!
Right in the egg maker. Ow. My nuggets.
I broke my ovaries.
Oh, Central Message Unit. Oh, that hurts, but I like it. Testicles. My ovaries. Testicles. Oh, my ovaries.
So that was the beta of Crash Tag Team Racing. Now, this is the part where I normally say that it's a shame that some content got cut, but in all honesty, we didn't really get to see much content that got cut. We just saw a lot of elements that represented an unfinished game at the time. The most I feel that we lost in terms of content is the DS port being developed by Sensory Sweep, which I already made a video on, so you can click right there if you want to check it out. As for Tag Team itself, I don't really know. The game is just really mid to me now, playing it as an adult. I don't hate it, I don't really like it either, it's just kind of there. But hey, if you guys like it, that's cool. As for me though, I think I'll be perfectly fine playing a much better Crash game like, I don't know, Crash 2? Hell, Wrath of Cortex is better than this in my opinion, but I don't know. There are a lot of other games I'd rather play than Tag Team, but hey, that's my opinion at the end of the day. So, with all that said, I'm Loweton17. Thanks for watching.